Hi everyone and welcome to Power Plays. I'm Harry and this is my 2-point hospital room guide. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the most efficient GP's office, in my opinion. There are a number of different layouts I'm going to show you, about 3, including one which is the minimum 3x3 requirement and my preferred 4x3. Now the GP's office, in my opinion, is the most important room. You can have a lot of queues here if you're not getting the most out of them. They're not the most efficient if you're not diagnosing your patients as quickly as possible. They can also remove the need for further diagnostics rooms, which will stop patients from bouncing round and round and will get them straight to treatment. That will then in turn stop them from dying while waiting, stop them from being unhappy, and just churn patients through the hospital as quickly as possible. So I'm going to show you my 3 layouts. So I'm just going to quickly put these in. That is not how I'm going to have the GP's office, don't you worry. I'm just going to show you the 3 layouts. So we have the 3x3 and 2 4x3s. The door is in a similar place in every single one, and so is the GP's office. So the GP's desk. We want the GP's desk to be as close to the door as possible. So you can see here, if you actually just move it a bit so it's red, you can see the footprints just there, right in front of us. So that's where the patient's going to go, and that's where the GP is going to go, either side of that chair. So you need to make sure that those routes are unobstructed. We also want it as close to the door as possible so patients can just be in and out quickly. The other necessity item we have in this room is the filing cabinet. Not really much use, but we got to stick it in, and I have it as close to pretty much as close to the GP's desk as possible, so that when the doctor does fiddle around doing an idle animation in the GP's office, it's quick for him to go back to his desk. So all rooms have the same positioning for the GP's desk. The difference between the two is the layout of medicine cabinets and just purely the size of the room. So you can see obviously this one's slightly smaller. So, the most important thing in this room is medicine cabinets. So medicine cabinets give an increase to 1% in treatment and 1% in diagnosis. So, if you say have 10 of these in your GP's office, you're going to get a 10% boost to diagnosis straight away. And that's going to be great at the earlier levels when your GPs aren't as well trained, and it will just give them that boost so you don't have the further diagnosis rooms and patients can go straight to treatment. And the last thing you want is for a patient to go to the GP's office, then go to the cardiology, then go to another further diagnosis room, maybe a ward, psychiatry, and you're still not quite sure what's wrong with them, so they go back to the GP. That just puts queues and queues and queues and queues. So we want to try and see how many medicine cabinets can we fit in our GP's room while still maintaining a kind of efficient layout and it not being too obstructive for our GP. So how I do it is I line these walls with medicine cabinets. So either side you should be able to fit about 6. Just want to make sure that you're edging them just so there's just enough space, and pretty much put my cabinet in the perfect place there. And then you can line them up alongside each other. And another thing, when the GP is idle, which to be honest shouldn't happen too much, but when they are, they also might come peruse these medicine cabinets. So you want to make sure that they do not obstruct or do not take a long time for the GP to walk back to his desk, because the last thing you want is to send the GP on a maze to go in and out and try and get back to his desk. So you can see here we have at the moment 21 medicine cabinets. We have room for a radiator just here. We've also got room for a air conditioning. You could put a small radiator in there if you wanted a bit more space, a small air conditioning unit, etc, etc. And let's see, can we... I don't think we can. Oh yes, we can. We can fit in another medicine cabinet here. Not one there though. And as you can see, if we try and fit in another medicine cabinet anywhere, it's just not going to work. So we actually have 22 medicine cabinets in this room. So that's going to give us a 22% boost straight off the bat to diagnosis. We can fit 2 nice rugs in. Well, we can fit more than 2 nice rugs in there. We can fit 4 nice rugs in here, just to give the a bit of carpet. It does look a bit silly. Let's get rid of those 2 rugs. You can fit. You can kind of fill it however you want. You can put a rug in there. You can put any other items in there just to bring up the prestige. Because now all we're doing is we're just building up the prestige. And my favourite way to build up the prestige in a room is the Gold Star Awards. Gold Star Awards, they're only 300 each. They build up the attractiveness of the hospital and the room as well, but the prestige level. So you can see that is a now prestige level 5 GP's office. And in my opinion, this is the best GP's office you can build. Purely because when you put a doctor in there, he's going to move to his desk just there. If he becomes idle for any reason, he's going to come behind here and it's going to be a clear, nice, easy path to get back to his desk. Or he's going to come up here, again, a nice, easy path down there. Or he's going to go to the filing cabinet and again, just there. So if your GP edit is idle, for any reason, say for example you've got a bit of a queue and someone in your queue has nipped off to the toilet and so is now running to get to the GP's office, GP's going to be idle for a tiny bit, so that means they can just quickly pop there or quickly pop to any of these medicine cabinets and then will be an easy route back to the GP's desk. Now the second option you can do fits slightly more medicine cabinets actually. But it is, they're going to be sticky it seems. It is a bit of a maze for the GP. So what it results in is, come on, there we go. What it results in is just our GP having to go a bit back and forth to get back to the desk. So some people prefer this just because it has those extra medicine cabinets in, but it will take a bit longer for your GP to get back to his desk. So that's the only thing you need to really worry about. So again, we're lining this back wall here with medicine cabinets, and you can see the other medicine sorry, not the back wall, the side wall. The other medicine cabinets on the back wall, you can see that they're just slightly a different way. So they're facing each other. Let's just fit that one in nicely. And what you can do is you can put these medicine cabinets back to back. Oh, that one's just a bit off. You want to make sure that you're maximizing the space as much as possible. There we go. And you can actually fit just one more set in. So you're kind of boxing in the GP here. It does look a bit messy, a bit cluttered, but it's fine. So if we move this cabinet just right up against the medicine cabinets, there we go, we can fit in a radiator in the space. As I said before, air conditioner, cooler, whatever your hospital temperature needs are, and we can fit in another medicine cabinet. Now, if you do have an air conditioner, you're probably going to want to just put this as close to the desk as possible, because you're going to need a janitor to be able to get into that space there. Or you might forego, it would be the same with this one as well, or you might forego that medicine cabinet completely. So what we can do, so yeah, we can put some gold stars, just get that prestige level up. And look, you can see 8, 16, 22, 23. So you can see we've got 23 medicine cabinets here, which is slightly more, I think it's one more really, than the other layout. But what the problem is I have with this layout is that the doctor's going to go potentially all the way back here and then down. And it's just a bit of a longer walk to get through, especially when they're turning corners in such cramped areas. They slow down significantly. So although yes, you've got that extra few medicine cabinets, it's at a cost of speed. And then essentially the third one, which is the minimum required one, is exactly the same as that last one I've just done, but it is slightly smaller. So if you are really cramped for space, you can build the exact same layout as I just did, but you can do it in a 3x3. So just line up your medicine cabinets just like this, making sure we're getting those all important boosts. There we go. We need that we need that to go there, and yeah, and so we got a space for our radiator or air conditioning, whatever we need to use, and we've got space for one more medicine cabinet just there. Again, we will get our gold stars out. We'll need a few more just because this room has less medicine cabinets, so we'll need a few more to get that prestige up. And there we go. So this is if you need to really minimize space, but you still want to maximize your efficiency. So that's 13 medicine cabinets in there. But I think for that extra row of 3, you can get either an extra 9 or an extra 10 medicine cabinets. So that will really boost your diagnosis power. Because if, say, you have a level 3 trained GP and they're a GP specialist, if you think there, you've got then 45% boost. You've got 10% for every level as well, so that's going to help. And then you've got all these medicine cabinets, so you're going to be hitting like your 80% diagnosis pretty much every time. Even if you have a higher threshold of 85, 90, you're going to be getting there nearly every single time. So maybe not on some of the harder complex diseases, but on most of them, you're going to be getting it. So that's why I recommend the 4x3 rather than the 3x3. And although we're only talking, a few seconds here or there, this room I find is more efficient. I've kind of done the timing, the testing, so you guys don't have to. But it's simply quicker for a GP just to walk up or down there, then go around these corners and slow down. So that is my guide to, in my opinion, the most efficient GP's office. So you can see here, we've got this one, number 1, then number 2, and then number 3 if you need to maximize your space. So thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, you found it useful, please make sure to drop it a like, let me know down in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel because we're going to be doing more videos like this. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye for now.